Hello, everybody, and welcome to the zoo. I'm the Rusty Panda, and I'm here for you. Today we have AZNSENSATION. What? Yup, 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 yup.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. This is so exciting.
I know, I've been looking forward to this. So excited.
If anyone's new to Wiki Wednesday, what we do is we have a conversation with people we like, streamers that we like, and we go ahead and go down the Wikipedia rabbit hole with things that they like and things that they dislike. So I've got a nice list here that Aizen made for me. And we're gonna go from there. So starting out, I put Matchbox 20 on the list. I put it right up front because it was pretty much like Matchbox 20 is my all time favorite band. I've seen them 8 or 9 times, including a meet and greet that I was able to side stage for the entire show. So we're going to talk about that right now.
Yep.
So explain to me the stage side
Okay.
for an entire show. What number was that? Like, how many times did you see them before you got to do that?
That was the last time I've seen them. So that was like, oh my gosh, what, 28? It was either 2017 or 2018.
Okay.
Um, so pre-COVID, right?
Right.
It was pretty cool. Like I was living in Tampa at the time, and where we went was this place called the Amphitheater, is what we know it as. So it's an all outdoor venue, and then you got the main stage. So the entire day was like meet and greet experience. We got to hang out like in the VIP area. There was free food and free drinks and stuff, and you got to meet the band when they came out and hear like their sound check and everything else. So that was pretty cool. And then during the concert, there was basically like a stage on risers, and we got to go up there with like 25 other people or so, and just watch the stage from there or the concert from there. And it was
Nice.
just incredible. Like,
So, what is it about them that you love so much?
you know what? Like, I have pretty much grown up listening to them. I started, I want to say they came out when I was like 11 or 12. So, literally ever since then, like, their CD that came out, in what, 1996, 1997, Yourself for
1995.
Someone Like You. Yeah.
Oh no,
So,
96. You were right. Sorry.
mhm. No, it's all good. So that was the first CD that I'd ever listened to that I didn't have to skip any songs. And
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure we all have one, right? Like our very first one that we didn't have to skip. And
Yeah.
I thought they were phenomenal. Their first album was like super angsty, got me through, a lot of rough times at that age, and as I got older, and I don't know, I just like evolved with their music. So, funny thing is, I'm actually going to see them in like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. So,
Yay.
yeah, it's my first time since being side stage that I get to see them. So,
Um,
I'm excited.
are you getting? Do you have good seats?
No,
No,
no. No,
nosebleeds.
okay, so the meet and greet, like the way that I snagged those tickets was from somebody that I was like kind of dating, but like not really. And like he was still like in that I want to win you over phase.
Right.
And I wasn't going to say no,
Right. Yeah, I
you
wouldn't
know,
say no.
like, no, I'm going to go. But obviously it didn't work out. So,
Okay.
at least I have that.
But still, you got to see Mount. I mean, you got a good memory out of it.
Oh, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I had that same situation with Mumford and Sons.
I heard they were back on the road this summer.
Oh, that's good. I thought they broke
Yeah.
up. So.
No, they just announced their dates. I want to say earlier today. I saw someone posting about them.
Oh, yeah,
So,
I'd probably go again because that was, but I don't know because I got to have dinner with them and sing with them and like this whole
oh,
experience. And then I'm like, I don't know if I could beat that. Like, I don't know if
that's
I
that's it. That's the
could.
pinnacle. What else are you looking for,
Right.
right? That's incredible.
Yeah, so that's great. So, okay, yourself for someone like you is 1996.
Hmm.
And then More Than You Think You Are, 2002. So
Yep.
that was a two-time platinum. Is that a no skip album for you?
There's a couple songs now that I'm older. I could probably like. I don't mind skipping. Back when it came out, though, no, I was like, God, fuck, 2002. I was a junior in high school, senior in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a rough road for me. So like that album came out at like the best time ever for me.
Yes.
Transitioned me into college, like I don't know, music was pretty fucking awesome back then.
Yeah.
Like early 2000s, late 99s, like it was, I loved it. It was a good time to be a music fan.
I completely agree. Yeah. So you put down, the Killers are a close second, and you've seen them twice, and also emo is not dead, which I
Emo's not
loved
bad. It's not.
because I completely agree with you, 100%. Um, I was very much an emo kid myself. I wore the dark eyeliner, I wore the band T-shirts, I wore the
Mhm.
Vans.
Yep.
I went to Warp Tour.
Yep.
Did you have Warp
Back
Tour
when
by you?
I did. I was always too young to go. We also had something called Livestock,
Okay.
that was in Tampa, and had a few years of that, and then unfortunately it went away because of just a lot of incidents that happened
Mm,
over the weekend with the festival. But yeah, I vaguely remember Warped Tour, like especially when I was in high school. It's like everybody was going to it, and I was like,
yeah.
oh, I can't go.
Yeah, I was
So
I was 13 when I went.
yep,
I went with my
that's
brother,
awesome.
and my mom's like, "Good luck," because it was right behind
Yeah,
my house. It was right behind my house, so like we walked there.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. But more about you. So we're in Tampa at this point, and you've seen what kind of bands were you seeing at this show?
At that particular show,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even tell you who opened.
Okay.
Like,
Well, I
gotta
mean,
be real
like,
honest. I
what's
don't
the
remember who
most
opened.
memorable like festival band that you can think of?
I could tell you about a different festival.
Yeah,
I took
go
my
ahead.
dad to see Journey at the same location.
Yes. Okay.
So I love Journey. Like, so when I do karaoke, like I was doing karaoke for a long time, but one of the very first memories that I have of doing karaoke, I was in Ohio. And my boyfriend at the time, we were at the bar, and they had a karaoke night, which I was like, oh my god, like karaoke's my jam. And I'm like, I don't know, what was it, 2006? So I was like early 20s and just young and dumb.
Right.
So essentially, that night they were doing something called like karaoke suicide pool or something, like something super metal and edgy. And basically, you would go up, you would spin a wheel, and then whatever it lands on, like you're stuck with. And I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, if it was 2001, I was like barely 21. And I popped "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. And when
Yes.
I tell you, I did not know that song back then because I
Oh,
wasn't familiar
okay.
with anything Journey. Like, it's like the one band that my dad and I didn't talk about or go over or listen to together or anything. So puts me on the stage, and I'm just sitting here like, I don't know the fucking words to the song. Like, I've never heard the song before. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So luckily it was like, there was a good crowd there, and like everybody helped me through it. But I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? Like when I finally moved back to Tampa after Ohio, I was like, it's my life's mission to like make sure that's one of my songs. Like I'm gonna learn the fuck out of the song, like I'm gonna sing it. So I fell in love with the band. Um, so yeah, we got to see them live. I took my dad, I think for Father's Day one year or his birthday or something. Um, and that was a really good time. So
It's awesome. Yeah, so this
yeah,
at this point don't stop believing. Like it's
It's I don't even need. So the funny thing is, it comes full circle, right? So I recently started a new job with a new company, and one of the territories I go to is in Houston. And the way that they introduced me to their group was I had to answer a bunch of questions, like 21 questions, and then the final question was pick a karaoke song to sing without background vocals, music, or anything else. And I'm like, oh, fuck, acapella. And what did I pick? Don't Stop Believing.
yeah.
So that was pretty fucking funny. Honestly, I was like, everything came full circle at that moment.
That's perfect. Yeah, do
Yeah.
you know that Family Guy clip though? Where
Yes.
they're in the
Very
bar and the
familiar to it.
don't stop is that Journey? Is that
Is that
Journey?
dirty? Dirty. Yeah, I love it. So good.
It is so good. And so yeah, I think I saw Journey with Earth, Wind, and
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
saw
sure
them.
that was an amazing show.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't too young to appreciate it, but I loved the Journey, but I didn't know all the songs because I knew Rush. Like my dad played more Rush than he did Journey.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that was a sweet show, and I love how the series of hit songs "Don't Stop Believin'," 1981.
Hmm.
So wasn't even born yet, and "Don't Stop Believin'" became back full circle. Like this song is so popular, and I think
Hmm.
they're still going. Yeah, 1995 to present, so they're still kicking it.
So yeah, they have a different lead singer now, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know the story about the lead singer now?
Tell me.
How they found him? So they found him on YouTube. He's like, I don't think he was even like, he might have been mid 20s back then. But they found him on YouTube, and literally the only English he knew was all the Journey songs that he had learned. And he tried out, and they were like, "We love you, we want you." Like, and he sounds literally, if you're not looking at the stage, you wouldn't even really know. Like, he
Yeah.
nails it. It is incredible how spot on he is.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see. So let's go down to hiatus. Lead singer and drummer replaced. So I didn't realize they replaced their drummer too.
They went through a few changes in the band. Yeah.
Um, okay, Scions and Kane's bad English bandmate and drummer for Hardline to replace Steve Smith. So the Dean Castronovo. Interesting. Yeah, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
hmm
Bad company. Oh, the
It's
lead
crazy.
singer replaced
Like,
2019. Okay.
it's absolutely insane to me. Like, how long they've been around, honestly, and
Yeah.
like, just they're so popular as ever. Like, you hear them on the radio all the time. You know.
Arnel Pineda. That's the
Yep.
name
I
of
know
him.
Pineda. That's him.
Cover
He's
band The
absolutely
Zoo,
incredible.
covering the song faithfully, was so impressed that he contacted them to set up 2 days of auditions, which went well, naming him the official lead vocalist of Journey in 2007. That's nuts.
Isn't that amazing?
Could you believe that you just like sing it on YouTube and then all of a sudden they're like, "You're the new lead singer of Journey."
Have you heard of this band called Journey? Well, we want you to join us. Like, are you kidding me?
That's
Like, it is
crazy.
insane. Like, his life changed overnight.
Yeah,
You know.
that's crazy. Okay, so let's talk about the Killers. So,
Yes.
close second, the Killers.
Mhm. I actually just saw the Killers. I want to say it was last August. Incredible show, of course, as always.
Yeah. Now, what is it about them? Like, when did you start? Because it says years active 2001. I didn't even
Yeah.
realize that only 2001. I thought they came out sooner than that.
So I really got into the Killers after graduating high school. Like, I was like probably my first 2 years of college. Obviously still a rough time for me, but I feel like they were all over the place like those 2 years, like what was it, 2004, 2005. And I ended up seeing them live in 2005. I believe I got free tickets. Like, one of my friends couldn't go last minute and I happened to be available, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go. It's a
Right.
free show on campus. Like, let's go. And it was honestly for the longest time like the best show I'd ever seen. Like, even years after. High energy. Their entire Hot Fuzz album was just spectacular. That's another one that you don't have to skip any songs on.
Yeah.
They've kind of changed their sound over time though, but I saw them again last August, and it was just like the energy was still there. It was a really good show. Like, obviously they had a lot more songs to sing, but um, amazing, amazing. If you see them on tour, please pick up a ticket. Like, they are so good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And hey, Books, welcome on in. Um, okay, so yeah, I was looking at all their stuff, but it's weird because it's all out of order. I was
Mhm.
like, where's the 2020s stuff? And it's like 2008, 2012, 2017, 2020, 2021.
Mhm.
2007, 2009, 2013 to 2016. So I
Yeah.
was trying to find the most recent, which is Pressure Machine. Now, the bassist was absent due to difficulties caused by COVID-19 during recording. Ooh.
Mhm. So this is also like a way different. It's a departure from like the rest of their music. I don't know. It was just like I listened to it, but I was like, oh, this isn't the same feel. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
So they're getting older as a band. It is what it is.
right. But I loved Sam's Town.
Oh my God, Sam was so good.
Talk about
Yep.
a no skip album, right?
Yep.
Um, what is it? Yeah, When You Were Young. Great song. And that for me
One of
was
the
like
best.
totally hit in high school, listen to that sort of thing. Like,
Mm-hmm. Good.
I think I did more Sam's Town than Hot Fuss.
Sure.
But yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
both great albums though, honestly. Probably their top two in my opinion.
Yeah. Now let me see here. They're formed in Las Vegas, which I did not know, but makes a lot
Mhm.
of sense because they are high energy, and to me, they don't feel like coastal.
Yeah,
If that makes
I can feel that.
sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, So okay. So we've got the Killers. We've got Matchbox 20. You said you love music. You kept
Mhm.
that general for me, which I
I
love.
did.
No, I appreciate music as a general. Um, so tell me the band. So Matchbox 20 was there for you. Killers were there for you. Tell me a band that you didn't expect to like and turned out to be like one of your top 10 bands.
Someone that I didn't like.
Or didn't expect to like. Like for me,
Okay. No,
the
actually, Taylor Swift.
oh my god,
So
I
like
was just
I'm
about to say Taylor Swift
bro,
too.
I'm literally so like my chat, like if my chat's in here, they'll tell you like I am a fucking Swiftie and I'm almost annoying to the point of being a Swiftie. So the thing is, right, I didn't like her when she first came out. I'm
Right.
gonna be real honest. Like
No, I
I
didn't
didn't really
either.
like her until she did the the crossover.
Hmm.
And I like country music. I just didn't like her when she did country music.
Right.
Um, so it's obviously it's another artist that's been around. It feels like forever.
Right.
But like as she's grown with her music, like it's a lot more relatable to me now, which is why I love her so much.
Right.
And I don't know, I just feel like there are a lot of like songs that I related to probably over, especially over the last three that came out, like the last three albums.
Hmm.
And then now she's going back and redoing all of her music now that she has the rights again. So it's
Right.
like I don't know, man. We're watching her grow up, and it's really good stuff. You know,
Yeah, and it's nice to see somebody around that age that that's it's close to 30. She's 33,
33.
and
Yeah.
she signed on at 14,
Yep.
which is crazy. What is that? Oh, look at that picture.
Right.
That's she's so young there.
Hmm.
That's crazy. Look at her. But yeah, she is I this is only recent did I start to begin to show interest or not fangirl but like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and like all that she's doing and that she's not this the shows that she's been putting on, right? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
ridiculously high priced, but then also they're 3.5 hours of full music nonstop.
45 songs. Yeah, like 45 songs. She does all of her own choreography. Like that's incredible. And she's literally packed like I don't know, like what 70 shows in 3 or 4 months. Like that's fucking wild.
Yeah, and
That's absolutely wild what she's doing.
as somebody who's a studied singers, right? So I sang, but like we've also studied singers and the concept of going on tour and what musicals have to do and the voice warm-ups that you have to do.
Everything.
It's ridiculous. The fact that she's done that many shows
While
so
traveling
quickly.
nonstop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like takes a toll on the voice and she's just
Hmm.
fucking kicking it.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's so funny because I literally was about to say Taylor Swift, and my husband can totally like it's been in the conversation lately in the last like month where I've been like Taylor Swift is pretty good. Like,
That's a conversation every husband wants to have. I believe me, I
yeah.
know.
Let's
Ah,
see. Grew up in Pennsylvania, so okay. I don't care about her kindergarten life. I want to know 2-hour writing sessions every Tuesday after school. Some of the easiest I've ever done. I'm trying to find the tooth that when why she got signed on. Like why country? Country Weekly critic deemed Swift better than previous aspiring teenage country singers because of her honesty, intelligence, and idealism. But why country? Do you know why?
I thought it had something to do with the fact that she like demanded to write her own music.
Got it.
Because there's a lot of other genres where that like at that age they're just not going to allow it or it's not going to catch on. I want to say that was a story I heard. I don't know if it's true, but
Right. No, yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, Liz Rose is a country music, so she was experienced in Nashville with Music Row, which is downtown Tennessee music.
By Broadway. Yeah.
Troy Vergas, who's a songwriter from Louisiana, songwriter, country music songwriter. So all these people that she knows are country people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why she got signed on in country music. Taylor Swift, who would have fucking known?
Right?
You're such a Swiftie. I love that you said
She's
that.
so good. Like, I love her. I love her. She's great.
Yeah. So let's talk about the color pink. I see you're wearing pink. I see you pink in the background. What's
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because so as I do this, I'm gonna do an unboxing
Okay.
over here because it's something pink. Um, I when I was growing up, my favorite color was purple, and I was very adamant about it. Like everything in my life was purple. Sheets. I wanted to paint my room purple. My dad didn't want me. Um, all the makeup, all the jewelry, everything was purple. I don't know when I switched over to pink, and I don't know what made me do it. It just happened. Like I wish I had a better story behind it, but I don't.
Oh, that's fine.
But now that I'm, older with a job,
Right.
I buy myself stuff that's pink all the time. So I actually, living in Texas, I just bought my first pair of cowboy boots.
Yes.
So,
Are you gonna go line dancing with them?
no.
No.
So I have an event that I have to go to on Saturday. Yeah, they're super cute. They feel comfy. We'll see if they fit. I have an event to go to for work on Saturday, and it's Rhinestone Cowboy for the theme. And I was like, well, fuck, that means I need to have cowboy boots. And maybe some fringe somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely cowboy boots. So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy them. So I saw those on Amazon.
Yes. Book says they're gorgeous.
Thanks.
Yeah. So
Excited to wear them.
see, but look, also shades of pink. So you're close to purple. That's like mauve.
Yeah.
So I mean, it
Not too
makes
far
sense
off.
that you switched from pink. Hey, Ragged. It makes sense that you switched from purple to pink. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they're pretty. Not drastic colors, but like if I said I like orange and I like basketball orange, you'd be like, "Oh, that's a pretty like loud color."
Right.
If I said pink, you'd be like, "That's a loud color, not a bad color, just a loud color." So
Do people's colors usually change though as a favorite from like when they're kids to when they're
100%.
adult?
I used to
Yeah.
say red and black, and now I am deep, deep, deep orange. Like,
Nice.
so
Sunset colors. I like that.
yeah, for sure. And so, oh, that's cool. In the 21st century, pink is seen as a symbol of femininity, though this has not always been true. In the 1920s, pink was a color that reflected masculinity.
Nice.
Didn't know that.
Love
You
that.
need boots, a hat, and a horse, says
And a
Ragged.
cowboy. I actually need a cowboy. That's what I need. I need to get that.
Yeah, I mean, at a work function, maybe. Could happen.
Oh, girl, I'm HR. That's not happening.
Oh. Well, I tried.
I'm like the one person there that can't do anything with anyone. So
Oh my god. That's funny. So are you a like pink nature type person or just like pink on your body person?
Um, nature is pretty cool. I tend to gravitate towards pink when I'm playing games like Minecraft.
Okay.
And it's funny because Chad actually told me we've been trying to do like Minecraft Sundays, which are now I think going to be Minecraft Mondays.
Mhm.
So I guess there was a new update last week, and one of the new biomes is a cherry blossom biome, and I
That's
was like,
right.
"Hello!" So we created a whole new world, and we were trying to find the biome, but apparently it's like super rare. So
Like the
we're just going all over the
mangroves.
field. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So, I want in on that. No, because Minecraft Mondays with the alliteration alone
Oh
is
my god, it's a game that like until I'm actually like in it playing it, like I forget how much I absolutely love it. Like I
absolutely.
can lose fucking hours in that game.
I haven't played in a while, and it's funny because usually every time I play, I'm like, "You want to start a new world?" Because Because once you get so established and all that stuff, you're like, well, what the
It's
hell
hard
do I
not to.
do
Yeah.
now? You know?
Yeah.
So you just start over.
Yeah. So we've been forced to start over a few times. So the history of my stream, I played Minecraft pretty heavily. Like I started in 2015, and then I was pretty much streaming it off and on. Like if I needed a solo game to play or something, and then some of my friends and I back in the day had like a realm server that we would all go on, and we're pretty hardcore about it for a while. And then I don't know what happened. Like I went back to solo for a little while before I took a break from Minecraft, and
Hmm.
like I had like 4 worlds going, and I lost all the bases. And it's now a joke in my chat, which I'm not laughing about it, but everyone else is.
Right.
And it's just a joke that I literally can't hold on to a map, cannot, like, I'll end up losing everything if I go on an adventure,
Yeah.
you know. I'm the queen of getting lost, and then I'll lose my base. And it's like, no matter how many fucking torches I have up or, anything, I end up in the weirdest fucking positions. So
What I
we get
do when
first
I go
start,
with other players, I said, hold on to your map, right? And I
right?
open up my map and I have it in my hand, and we go exploring and we figure out the map. And then as soon as we veer off the map, I said, now you open your map. They open their map, and then we have two maps that are covering two different locations.
I mean, that's so smart, though.
It's genius. But then
It is genius.
I hate holding the map, so I usually tell them to open their map first. And then
Yeah.
if we ever get to the other side, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I guess I'll open up mine. Oh, by the way, you can hold this map since we're on it now. Cuz
I
I
love
get it.
that.
I hate holding maps.
Yep.
Um Now, okay, so you said you started playing in 2015?
15. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite thing to do? You said adventure, or do you
Oh
like
my
the
gosh.
caves, or
So the Caves and Cliffs update was probably, honestly, it was a huge, huge need on Minecraft's part. And I mean, if you're like, if you've been around for a minute on Minecraft, if you're kind of OG or whatever, like you remember how it was, like especially Bedrock wise. And now
right?
like you can go way below underground, and it's a huge change. Like the space feels a lot bigger now when
Mm-hmm.
you're in it, and there's a whole bunch of new species and stuff. I would say when I'm playing, I want to get better at building and creating stuff and making stuff look pretty fucking cool and maybe making it work with redstone. But like, I'm not the builder, like,
Neither
at
am I.
all.
I'm the
Like,
digger.
I'm the digger, I'm the miner, I'm the what do you fucking need for whatever the fuck you're creating. Let me support you. I am
Yep.
the ultimate support character.
Yep.
I'm the hoarder. I'm gonna go out and explore because I'm looking for one thing and I come back with everything but the one thing. Everything's a target trip for me. It's great. Um, yeah, I'm anything but building.
My buildings are always blocks.
Yeah.
Just they're squares, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So like recently I was really proud of myself cuz I made a pyramid that was a maze, and
That's
that's about
awesome.
all I can do is mazes.
Okay.
So like that's a cool thing, but like once you make one maze, that's it. Like you don't need to make more
That's like
mazes
your thing.
across
Yeah.
your so I'm like, "Oh, well I guess I've peaked." Like
Did you find your own way out of the maze though?
yeah,
Oh,
so
that's good.
the way I build them is I mark everything on the ground with like a different color. So like I would use diorite and then not redstone, granite, and
Hmm.
I mark down how I'm gonna do it, and then I build up the walls, and then I make sure the floors are lit. So
Okay.
underneath the floor, and then they use half blocks. And then once you do it enough times, you just know your baby. Like you just know
That's
what
amazing.
you've built. So,
Okay.
but other than that, it's blocks.
It's blocks, and it's so
It's
funny
just
because like
blocks.
I for the longest time, especially I remember when it came out, and I was like, there's so many people above the age of people that should be playing this game that are playing this game,
Yep.
right? Pretty much my sentiments of Fortnite, but we'll get into that later,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So I like it came out what 2011, and the reason why I started playing in 2015 is because one of my exes is a huge Minecraft player, and I used to make fun of him for it before we got together. And it turns out it was the only way that he would have time in the week to like talk to his brothers who lived out of state.
Okay.
Because they were like, I think they were probably 6 or 7 years younger than him.
Okay.
So that was like their game time together. And I was like, oh my god, that's so nice though. So
Yeah.
So him and I would play it whenever we weren't working or something. Like he got me into it and like literally gave me like Minecraft 101 over, the time that we were together. And I was like, oh, I actually love this game.
Yeah,
So it was
that's.
nice.
What do you create your character as? Are you a Steve? Are you like crazy with wings? I have like fire lava wings and like
Oh, that's
lava
so
boots
cool.
from the Christmas openings up, or it was New Year's where you like opened up a gift every single day.
Oh, no, I missed that.
Yeah,
Dang.
so they have those where there's like gifts up at the top and you open up every day and I got lava wings and lava boots and I'm like, I'm so extra
Oh,
right
that's
now.
so cool. Oh my god, I would have totally wore those. No, it's just me. Like chat says it looks like me. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
I spent like a day and like put my character together, but um I'm like kind of cheap when it comes to cosmetics and games, so unless I'm getting it for free, like I'm probably not gonna get
Yep, that's me.
it.
I'm
Like I'll
Steve.
buy like a pass or something on like Fall Guys or the premium pass on Dead by Daylight, but like that's about as far as I'm gonna go with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know what Steve's counterpart's name is. Let me see.
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah.
I would just be Alex. But if cosmetics were cosmetics, then I'm like, all right, I guess I'll put them on. But like,
Yeah.
otherwise, I'm just Alex. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you feel about the Emmonies?
Um,
Because I fear the friggin'
Skelly's fucked
Enderman.
me up, dude. Like, me and Skelly's do not get along. I usually try not to run unless it's just like I'm getting bombarded.
Right.
But I think have probably taken me out more than any other character
That's fair.
by far. Like by far, they're just so deadly fucking accurate. And like once they get a beat on you, it's like you can't get out of it.
Nope. Yeah, I for the longest time I was afraid of Enderman. I think I'm still afraid of Enderman.
Yeah, it's the sound. I
Yeah.
think, right?
Whoop whoop. And you're just like, oh god, it's happening. Don't
Where is
look.
he?
Yeah.
You're
D-
like trying not to look around, but you're absolutely looking around like, oh, it's the
Absolutely.
worst.
Yeah. And then the other thing, oh, do you go into the nether?
I love the Nether, but it doesn't love me.
Oh my god, I can't stand the nether. I don't do it.
So it's funny because as much as I love the Nether and like, well, not even really love the Nether itself. I love all the shit you can mine in the Nether.
Right.
Nether quartz like my absolute favorite material to build with.
Oh,
And of course it's like not easy to get.
right.
So so they did the Nether update. I don't remember when it was, but it was like years ago. And
Yeah.
like I haven't really explored the Nether too much in my gameplay since that update's come out, which is kind of crazy. Like I remember like a while after that update happened, I was in a session with somebody and they like ended up telling me about like it was like a transition to gold actually being useful
Right.
because like now you literally have to have a piece of gold armor or something to go in there safely. And I remember like that was big news for me. And it was well after the update had happened. But there's like what a different biome in there too or
Yeah,
something. And
there's
like
different biomes and like
yeah.
different. It almost looks like the coral update. It's like the
Hmm.
trees look like coral.
Yes. It's like
Coral.
Dr. Seussish. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I don't go in there. I just watch
You
what
don't go
people
in
put
there
to.
at
No,
all?
absolutely
Oh,
not. I'm so
okay.
afraid of dying that
I
like
I die so much in the other world too. It's whatever.
I even in like D&D when I play D&D, like I'm the chicken that uses uses my bow and arrow at a
Mhm,
distance because I just don't want to die. Like I
mhm. I
just
get that.
so um but yeah, you mostly play in survival mode, right? Or do you
I
do the
do.
creative first to build everything up and then do survival?
If I'm with other people, like I don't care if we flip back and forth between creative or not because they're the ones who are building shit.
Right.
We did so when we had our realm server, there were probably I think 6 of us at one time on there, 6 or 7 of us, and we had a healthy blend of like people that could build functional stuff, people that made the functional stuff look good, planners, and then you had me who's just out running around chopping shit down, like willy nilly. Like, oh, where's Kim? I don't know. She's she's fucking somewhere off the map. So it worked out really well, and like we each had our own like little like base or whatever. We had like a fully functioning farm, and it was like all everything was automated and just fucking super nerdy. Like I couldn't do it,
I love
but
that.
yeah, it's nice and like when you have like a thing like that, but like I don't know. For me, for like solo play, it's kind of rough, especially if I stream it because it's like I'm gonna be in a mine for probably 4.5 hours. So good luck, everybody. Like,
Yeah, this is me digging down to get to go ahead and try to find iron, and this is a 3 by 3 hole that I'm going to
girl,
stay in.
do you know how rare iron is now to find? Like,
Is it?
it's hard to find. I mean, I've been doing like I call it extensive research. It's me looking shit up as I'm yelling at the TV.
Right.
So like so diamonds used to be like between 8 and 14,
Right.
right? So now, because it can go well underground, it's supposedly down to like -55 or something, or 59.
Right.
And I'm like, so you would think you'd be finding a lot more diamond and iron. No, you're not. It's
No.
like, it's,
Yeah, I
yeah.
thought iron moved to 12. That's always the hot
Is that what it
number.
is now?
Mhm. And so when I make my
I'll have to
mines,
test
I
that
go
out
down to
then.
12, and then usually I'll go 3 up and down, and I'll go in the different. I'm very strategic how I mine, but it's funny
I
cuz
tried to be too, because I
Galvos
don't
will
want to
be
get lost.
like, "All right, we need a mine." I'm like, "We just started." He's like, "We need a mine." I was like, "Well, give me tools, sir, cuz
Yeah.
I guess we're
Give
doing
me
this.
give
Go
me half
punch
of
a
my inventory
tree."
pickaxes. We'll be good.
Go punch a tree and we'll start this.
Yep.
Um all right, cool. So that was fun. That was awesome. Um what okay, so let's talk about Dead by Daylight.
Dead by
Cuz
Daylight.
that's
Never heard of
a
her.
huge part of your streamingness.
So, fun fact, it didn't start out that way. So,
Mhm.
like, I've been streaming probably also since 2015. I think late 2015 I started. And we started as a Destiny channel. And I mean, I was hardcore in Destiny for like since Destiny 1 days. So,
Okay.
like, for probably like the first 3 or 4 years I streamed, it was all Destiny. And Twitch wasn't what it was now back then,
Right.
right? Like 2015 Twitch is like, if a tenth of you guys were on there, I'd be surprised.
Right.
Um, it was a lot of no name games. It was a lot of like kind of like what Kick is now, I guess.
Mhm.
Like kind of like Wild Wild West shit. And there wasn't really a way to grow your channel. Like I think back then to be affiliate, you had to have like 300 followers. You had to have an average of like 5 or 6, and
Wow.
then stream for like 24 hours or something like that in like 30 days. So it took me almost 4 years to get affiliate. I think
Wow.
it was rough, right? So like people now are getting it within a month, and I'm like, that's so incredible. Like that's it's awesome. I'm really
Yeah.
glad Twitch is where it's at now. Um, so we actually transitioned to Dead by Daylight on my channel. My friends were trying to get me to play it for a long time, and I was just like, I'm just not into it. Like, here's the thing. I grew up with horror movies. I loved scary stuff when I was a kid. Like, I can't do it now. I just can't. Like, I don't know what changed, but like I get scared of everything. And my chat loves it when I play scary stuff, but like I'm like jump scares work so well on me.
Yeah.
So that all being said, I stayed away from Dead by Daylight for probably the first 4 years it was out, and then like we have played it hardcore for the last like 2.5 years, and it's just like it's a love hate relationship with that game. It really is.
Yeah, I love how intense you get, and
It's
there's a
ridiculous.
lot of yelling. There's a lot
It's
of yelling.
so Sundays we have like our Christian Minecraft craft server, right? And then we'll just be like, "You guys want to switch over to Dead by Daylight?" Yeah, okay. It's a total 180. It's ridiculous.
Kit Kat Carby, welcome on in. Um,
Hi, Kit Kat.
okay, so yeah, usually you're yelling, or you're just like, "Oh my God, he's coming for me!" And I love it. It's so
There's a lot of
entertaining.
yelling. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's all this stuff. There's all these franchises that are a part of this. What
Yep.
the fuck is up with Nicolas Cage?
Can we talk about Nicolas Cage? Like, I okay, so like he's my favorite actor, and
Okay.
like when it came out like probably what a few weeks ago that there was going to be an announcement on him,
Hmm.
and I was like, you have got to be kidding me! Like, I was like, that's such a fucking meme, but it's like not April 1st. Like, what's going on?
Right.
And it turned out to be absolutely true. Like, he's already confirmed it himself, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So they're releasing him as a survivor sometime in July, I think.
Okay.
And we're not, we that's really all we've been told so far. Like there's an announcement coming, but he's going to be a survivor. I don't know if it's gonna be a full chapter release or if there's a killer with him, but like I was already saying like cosmetic wise, cosmetics are so big in that game, right? If you don't have like a cosmetic from like his top 10 biggest films at the very least, like you're I don't know why
You're
you're
missing
releasing him.
out. Yeah.
You're literally missing out. Like, have you seen Face Off? Like, you could literally have an excuse to have John Travolta in the game too now. Hello?
That's
Like,
crazy.
it
Kit
is
Kat
absolutely
says
wild.
that I believe his son loves DVD. Um,
Yeah, his son plays CBD, I think I heard.
and Chaotic Nemi is here as well.
Hi.
Um, okay, so yeah, that's just the most bizarre thing. When you said Nicolas Cage, I was just like,
What?
what is going on?
Yeah.
Why is this 6-year-old guy like just becoming a survivor? But
Do
good.
you know that he does 4 movies a year?
Does he?
Still, like, he still keeps that pace.
Wow.
How incredible is that? Like, there's so many of his movies I still have yet to see. Like, I just want to take a weekend out and do it.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, one of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons he agreed to do DVD because his son plays. Okay. That's crazy. So wait, I want to go ahead and see what they have on Dead by Daylight. Dead by. Okay, Cage will make his video day debut July 2023 as himself in Dead by Daylight. His appearance was teased on May 17th of 2023. He's reprises his role as Clark Kent Superman in The Flash. I didn't know that he played
I didn't know
Superman.
that either. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's weird. I don't see him as a Superman.
I don't either. Maybe the eyes, but that's about it.
The eyes. Yeah.
The eyes. That's it.
What was the movie he was in? I really liked it was with Biel, Jessica Biel. It was like a stop time type movie. Is it not Gone in 67 seconds? This is where I need my husband.
See, I'm like really bad with like movies and titles and actors and
Is it
stuff.
60 Gone in 60 seconds? Yeah, it
Jessica
is.
Biel was Jessica Biel in it?
Wait, no, this
Angelina Jolie was in it.
okay, then no, that's not the one. Cuz yeah, this has to do with high-end cars. I was gonna say I don't know that one. Isn't it with Jessica Biel? I thought it was with Nicolas Cage, and they were in a stop time type movie. It's okay. I'm dropping it,
Hmm.
but I could have swore he was in that type of movie. Oh wow, he has some serious amount of spouses.
I
Look at this, 1995
think
to
his current wife
2001.
is like super young, isn't she?
Let's see, Rikito Shibata, married in 2021. So it's not even like they're dating, like they're married. She's a
No, they're like
Japanese
married.
figure skater, born
Hmm.
in 1987. So she's 36 and he's 60.
Oh, the movie that you're thinking of is called Next, by the way.
Next. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it existed and I really liked that movie, but I had no idea what it was called.
I'll definitely have to check it out.
Um, okay. Okay. So we're back to Dead by Daylight. Nicolas Cage, side project, but now we're back again. You can play it on iOS.
Yes. Yep. So if you're playing on mobile, you won't be like matched up against anyone on console or PC, but like their mobile has like different cosmetics and stuff. Like some of their stuff is better on mobile, honestly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, literally every platform. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, because I was looking and it was literally every platform.
Hmm.
Um. All right. So, what's your favorite part to play? Are you a good killer? Are you do you
No.
no?
Oh God, no. I'm a survivor main. I'll play killer like we were just saying this on stream the other day. I was like, I'll play killer maybe once every 6 months as like a chat goal or something, but no, not because I like it. I find no enjoyment in being a killer. It's stressful.
I find it better to be the killer. I don't know. Being chased around is just scares me. When I played Day by Daylight for like 4 minutes in my lifetime, like, and it's funny because people will be like, I remember when you played Dead by Daylight. I'd be like, I remember too. It was not a very long lasted thing, but anyway,
I feel that, yeah.
getting the stress of, and not only this, the stress of having to finish these generators, but also
Yes.
the stress of being like, Yeah, and if they're near you, you have a smaller window in order to get
Mhm.
your checks. And oh, if you breathe too heavy, a crow will go off and then they'll know where you are. And you're just like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this
I
under
have
this
to
pressure?
exist. What do you want me to do?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Who's your least favorite killer?
Doctor.
Okay.
So he's like an electroshock therapist doctor that pretty much makes you go mad while you're
Okay.
playing. And it fucks with like your skill checks, your vision, your hearing, all that shit. Like literally his terror radius is just like almost overwhelming if you have headphones on.
Okay.
And then he could also shock you as he's chasing you. So it's just a pain in the ass to go against
Is
him.
that Pinhead?
No, the doctor.
Okay, hold on. Let me find him. Original characters: Dredge, Knight, Singularity, Twins, Ghost, Clown, the Doctor. Drive survivors insane with electroshocks, making skill checks more difficult and confusing the survivors with hallucinations of the Doctor. Disables their ability to interact with objects and use items until they spend time to snap out of the highest level of insanity. Shocking a survivor temporarily moves their ability to fight back against him. How do you even function?
It's so shitty. I hate going against him. Literally the worst.
I feel like that's so OP.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you have all those perks
Yep.
that go along with it. I have a cat somewhere near me.
I heard him.
Yeah. um, okay. Well, fuck that noise. Um, let me see here. You were talking about, uh, I wanted to talk about next from Dead by Daylight, The Haunting of the House on the Hill.
Yeah, my favorite board game. Love it.
Haunting of the House on the
Yeah,
Hill.
but it's Betrayal at the House. Hang on. It's like the longest fucking title.
Let's see.
Betrayal at House on the Hill.
The Trail
Mm-hmm.
of the House
The House on the Hill.
on the Hill.
So it's a really good game with a lot of replayability.
Okay.
You can play, I think, up to 6 people in one session, and there's like 100 different stories that you would basically go through.
Ooh, $30 on Amazon.
Really, because I got it for like twice that much.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's Betrayal of the House on the Hill. And there's I want to do the trail. The trail. Betrayal.
Betrayal, yeah.
Oh, I kept saying the trail.
Ah, that was it.
No wonder I couldn't find it on Wikipedia because I'm
There it
dumb.
is.
Okay. So, players begin as allies in the haunted house. Players journey to new parts of the mansion. Room tiles change. Why do I feel like I've played this? How old is this game?
2004. It's pretty old.
Yeah. This isn't the one where like you can like drop a saw thing. What are those called? The guillotine on.
No.
Okay, okay, okay. Because they had one version that was like this that was a little earlier, where you had to guess who the killer is as you go through the mansion.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so initial exploration and then the haunt phase. Okay. There's a Scooby Doo theme version, which is adorable.
Yeah, I think it's geared towards kids.
And then releasing in 2022 a third edition. And then expansions. Widow's Walk.
Yep, you got Widow's Walk. That was pretty fun too. It's like an additional. I think the original game came with 50 scenarios, and then the expansion was an additional 50, if I'm
Wow.
not mistaken. Yeah,
Gamers 2004 Gamers Choice Award for Best Board Game.
it literally is. Like, there's just so we. I think we did. It took us almost 14 months to do all the scenarios.
Oh wow, okay.
So
That's awesome. And so, did you
So
play
much
with the
fun.
same people, and it was kind of like
Yeah, we
Betrayal at
played
the
with my
House Day?
roommates. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. We would try to do board games like at least, if not every week, then like at least once every 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. And is there any other
Yeah.
board games that you're into?
We had dabbled in, I think it was Arkham Horror.
Oh
It
my
was either
god.
Arkham Horror or Eldritch Horror. I don't
Here we
remember which
go.
version we had. But that one was like like I think the first night that we set it up to play was literally it turned in like a 5 hour night, like between setup and everything else. Because there was just a lot of moving parts and like the instructions were like in 3 different rule books and
Oh
just a
wow.
lot of shit to set up, you know. So that was pretty. Again, it's another game with a lot of replayability, but it was just a lot longer of a play. Like it was a slow burn kind of. So
Okay.
it would build up, it would get good, but it's like you had to have like at least half a day set aside.
Yeah, playing
You know,
time 60 to 120 minutes, setup time 15 minutes.
it was we dragged it out then.
Oh, okay. I mean, playing time is always like an estimate. I mean, it depends who you're with and all that stuff. Um, okay. Perfect. So, those are your two top games. If you were to play with a bunch of noobs and you wanted to take out a game, what would that game be?
Have you played Phase 10?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. So that's a relatively new game for me, even though it's been around for literally forever.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I learned it like probably middle of last year. And I love it. That's probably like the most. It's competitive, but it still stays social. If that makes any
Yeah.
sense,
No,
right?
100%.
And it's a good solid like what 3 hours, 2 3 hours probably to get through it.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's fun, interesting is that it says with six players it'd be about 90 minutes.
Yeah,
We had a phase 10 situation that went on for more than 90 minutes. Like
I love how you called it a situation because that's literally what it turns into.
right.
I know that feeling. Like there was one roommate of ours that he had such a bad beat, and like he was the guy to beat at like Yahtzee and everything else, but like there was one night where he lost so bad at FaceTime, like he refused to play it for like 6 months afterward. I
Oh
was like,
my
you know what?
god.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're at the very last phase and somebody just comes in and whoops
Oh
you.
my god, the bad beat. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, yeah,
awful.
yeah. But I noticed that the games that you're playing, like Arkham Horror and even like the house, Betrayal of the House, they're scary games.
Yeah,
And Dead by Daylight is
yeah.
a scary game.
I know. I know.
And
I'm
Minecraft
trying to work through
sometimes
some
can be a
stuff.
scary game. But
um, so coming up, I do play a lot of RPGs also that are not scary.
okay.
We're actually doing Final Fantasy 16 coming up, so
Yeah, did you play the
yeah.
demo?
I am staying away from the demo just because I don't like repeating stuff and I don't like I don't know, like I'm gonna get to a point in that demo where I'm like it's about to end. You know what I mean? Like and I don't want to wait like a whole I don't know, what is it now? Week till it
Right.
comes out. Like
The
I'd rather just
demo
be surprised.
itself, like once you complete it, it saves progress so you don't have to repeat it.
That's cool. I'd rather I don't know, I'd just
No,
rather
yeah, I
have
get
like
it.
the full start when it comes out. But I've heard nothing but good things. Like I'm literally pig and shit about its release. Like it's the only franchise that I'm still gonna pre-order, you know, and I don't even like buying most games on day one at this point, you know.
Yeah,
But that's like if it's Final Fantasy, like I'm buying it. So
that's epic. Yeah, I feel that way about
hmm
Diablo. When Diablo 4 came out, I literally just vomited everywhere and just was like, this is it. This is all I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
And then they had the early release like what a full week in advance. Like how nice is that?
Yeah, and I
Oh,
definitely 100% did it. Like,
yeah.
you bet your
Oh
ass I
yeah.
pre-ordered. Like,
You have to. You have to.
um, I didn't even have the money, and I still paid for it because I was like twice because Galvos and I had to play. So, okay, so scary games, but we're talking about Final Fantasy, which is
hmm
awesome. Um, let's go into you're drinking Diet Coke. So let's talk about
I
Diet
am.
Coke.
I am. Yep.
Why did you put this on your list? Like, what do you drink this repeatedly on stream? Since you said stream helped you make this
So
list.
so yeah, we'll always say like hashtag like not sponsored by Diet Coke. I do a lot of IRL streams when I'm on the road for work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't bring my PlayStation with me. So usually like it's us having dinner or lunch or something, just talking in chat, and I always have a Diet Coke with every meal, and obviously not when I'm not eating too.
Right.
I get made fun of at work for it. Like it's ridiculous. I probably consume too much of it, honestly.
I mean, we had a guy on here, Jerfo, who is Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Nice.
And that was his like not sponsored situation, but just trying to get a sponsor. I'd be like, Diet Coke. Like yeah. Exactly. Now is that different from like Coke Zero? Have you tried those or like
I don't like the taste of regular Coke, and Coke Zero to me tastes just like regular Coke.
okay.
Is that how they're marketing it? Weird. So yeah, it's just like I don't necessarily like. Well, let me back up here. So like, yeah, I would like to lose weight. But I'm not. That's not why I'm drinking Diet Coke. I just prefer the flavor. Like
Right.
I've always preferred diet drinks over regular.
Mhm.
It's just I don't know. Coke is like really strong, and it's just like it leaves like a really weird sweet aftertaste.
Mhm.
That I'm just kind of like averse to.
Now, if you were at a restaurant and you said have a Diet Coke and they go, "We have Diet Pepsi." Do you get the
That's
Diet
fine.
Pepsi?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know if you were
Mhm.
like 100% Coke fiend or if you would.
No, I'm not gonna like start a riot.
Okay.
Like I actually was raised drinking Pepsi, and then I switched over to Coke when I got
Okay.
older. So weird, but no, I'm perfectly fine with
Okay. I was hoping you'd say you'd start a riot because I was
it.
interested
Start a
again.
riot in every restaurant. I'm banned
Yeah,
from all
yeah.
the restaurants.
Why don't you have my drink? And now they just
What
have
do you
the
mean?
dispensers where you can have like
Hmm.
diet cherry vanilla Coke with added coconut. Like you
And
can make
yeah,
whatever you want.
yep.
All right, on the note of drinks, let's talk about iced coffee, my addiction.
Sure. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. So there was that meme, like, or I don't know if it was a meme per se, but they were just like, oh, if you just didn't drink your iced coffee, you'd have a house by now. And I'm probably the one person where that may apply to.
Yeah.
Like, if not a whole ass house, like I would at least have 15 years paid off this bitch. Like, are you kidding me? What am I doing? Opening up Starbucks that aren't in my name. Like, it's
Right.
fine. Like, I'm pretty sure at least three of the Starbucks in Dallas are probably because of me. Um, it's an addiction. Like people at work know not to talk to me until at least half of my Trenta coffee is gone.
Oh my god,
Like,
I get a Trenta too. I
girl, and people are still like they'll see me grab it from the counter and they're like, "What size is that?" And I'm like, "It's been out for years. Like,
right,
hello, get
right.
educated. Hello,
Yeah.
please."
It's
Yeah,
Starbucks
no.
supersize me. That's what
Okay,
it
what's your
is.
Starbucks order though?
Okay, so I used to get the sugar-free caramel, not caramel, sugar-free creme brulee,
Okay, I remember the creme brulee.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that one was phenomenal, and then they took
Hmm.
away because they hate me. So then I was like, screw it. If we're gonna go ahead and get carbs and sugar, I'm gonna go ahead and get the white mocha sauce.
Okay.
So I like their sauces. I feel like it's different than their syrups.
Okay.
And so I usually get a Trenta iced coffee with light ice because fuck them. If I'm gonna get a big coffee, I'm gonna get it with a big coffee. I don't need you to make me a
Yeah.
media or a large and then just add more ice.
Mhm. Yep.
And then with white mocha sauce and non-fat milk.
Okay.
What
Cool.
Kit Kat, excuse me, sorry, says venti white chocolate mocha with an extra shot of espresso.
So Kit Kat's drink used to be my drink.
Okay.
And then I started doing keto. The first time I did keto was like probably 4 or 5 years ago. And the biggest thing about keto is you can't have any sweeteners, so on and so forth. So I had to come off the white mocha. Unfortunately, I'll have it every once in a while now, but like I took all the sweeteners out of my coffee. I don't even do the classic syrup.
Hmm.
So now it's a Trenta iced coffee with 3 shots of espresso and half and half.
Okay.
But it's weird now because like unless I'm really in the mood for something sweet, I like sweetener in my coffee just tastes weird to me now because it's been so long.
Yeah, that's why I don't drink
So
soda actually because it
and you
tastes
would
so
think it'd be
weird.
off the soda by now.
Yeah, it just tastes weird to me.
Yeah, I get that.
I will drink the one drink that is like a soda is a Monster, the white one, the no
The
sugar.
white ones are good, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Hmm.
only soda that I'll drink besides diet ginger ale for any sort of indigestion issues,
Yeah, stomach
which
issues
is
for sure.
basically just like bubble water. Like it's not with ginger. Um
Absolutely.
but yeah, I did keto as well. I lost 130 pounds, and
Holy shit.
it was great. And then that was like 3.5 years ago, and now I've gained all of it back.
But at least you know it works, though. You know.
Exactly. And so that's why I'm trying to do Weight Watchers and all that stuff. But anyway, let's talk about more food. So let's talk about prime rib.
Okay.
So, really, you're gonna give me that? You can't just give me prime rib. All right, fine. Standing rib roast it is.
And it's the same thing.
Okay, so tell
It's
me
so
about your
dumb.
prime rib.
So prime rib to me is like, I don't know. It's like what I want on my birthday, and it's what I want on like Christmas, right? Um, so like those are like the two times of the year that I'm like feral for it. Sometimes like I used to go to a brunch in Tampa that had prime rib on Sundays too,
Oh
and that was
wow.
really nice. But like it's just like the Cadillac of dinners for me. I don't know. Just I love.
How do you make it? Cul-de-sac Jack, welcome on in.
So you know what's funny? This past Christmas was the first time that I actually made it myself, and I was terrified because like the cut of beef that I was using, like the actual rib roast, that like you go to the butcher at the grocery store, and you're like, hey, I want this, and I had to feed like I think it was like 7 or 8 people that came over for Christmas.
Mm,
So I was like, whoa, this is not gonna be a cheap like slab of meat. So hopefully we
right.
do it right the first time. And it came out fine because like I actually stuck to the recipe and like minded the temperatures and everything. They went out and grabbed like one of those digital thermometers, like four
Yes.
prongs. And there was like an app that came with it. And it was like, so I could go stream while this app's going on to tell me that it's not overcooked. Okay, great. Um, but it turned out great. But every other time that I've had it, like up until last Christmas, it was like at a restaurant.
Okay. Yeah, I I do like prime rib. I think my favorite is called London broil.
Okay. Yep.
And that to me is just a childhood thing where like
Yeah.
family of four, gotta feed them, get a big fat London broil, throw it on the grill, put some Italian marinade on it, cut
Yep.
it up, and everybody gets some.
Yep.
Um, but that's only my favorite because that otherwise like I like a big, yeah, like this fucker right here, like this one right here with the mushrooms and everything.
Now I want a steak.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Um, and then on that note, you put Korean food.
Yep.
So, oh no, that's not what I wanted. Korean food. Thank you. No, yes. Okay. Um,
Hmm.
so tell me some dishes besides bulgogi, which is my favorite. What other
Bulgogi.
dishes are
It's
there?
like I feel like bulgogi is like that starter dish,
Yeah.
right? Like if you're just getting your feet into Korean, like you're not even at the barbecue level yet. You're just like, give me a really good dish. Okay, cool. Do you like meat and rice? Yeah, unless you're vegan, you're gonna say yes. So
Right, right.
bulgogi is like. I don't know anyone who doesn't like it, and if you're Korean, like it's probably not your go-to dish, but like you'll still eat it, right?
Right, right.
Um, So yeah, bulgogi definitely. Also bibimbap is probably like if it's like a summer day, I don't feel like doing barbecue. I don't like having like kimchi soup. Then like I'll go with also bibimbap. So essentially, what it is, it's like a rice bowl, and it comes in a hot stone bowl. So like that shit is like the hot stone bowl's on the fire, like as the rest of the shit's getting prepped, right? You take the bowl off the fire, so it's like literally it says like you throw the rice in there, it's steamed sticky rice. So it starts like kind of caramelizing on the bottom and on the sides, like where it touches the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And as the rice is sitting there, like cooking up and getting crispy, you put all the toppings on. So it could be your bulgogi, it could be like sesame spinach, it could be kimchi, pickled carrots, daikon, what have you. Um, and then that all goes on top. You stir it all around, and then it comes with gochujang, which is basically like we call it Korean ketchup.
Okay.
It's kind of like a chili paste. It has nothing to do with ketchup at all. I promise. It's like the same texture as ketchup, but there's no tomatoes in it.
Okay.
But it's basically like a fermented chili paste, and it goes on everything in Korea.
Okay.
But you mix it up in there. I always put extra sauce, and then like the best part about the entire bowl to me, like as good as the toppings are, because they're always fresh and like made and everything. I love the crispy rice at the bottom, and like I
Yeah.
always save it for the final part. Like it's my absolute favorite part.
So I don't know if you can see my screen. Is this what you're talking about?
Yep, that's
Okay.
that's absolutely it. That is a very bare bones version of it though.
Okay.
But that is the bowl, and that's like the rice setup.
Here, let's click on the specific
There you
one.
go.
Uh
Yep.
huh.
So that's what it traditionally looks like.
Okay. That looks good. Oh,
It's
and
so good.
you can't
It's
see
so
it
good.
because it's not moved in, but there's also the Korean ketchup next to it.
There it is.
Um, oyster rice, rice cooked in doseldot. I can't say it. Dolsat,
So yep,
dosol.
yep.
And then in a wood container to prevent injury caused by the heat. I feel like that's necessary.
So there's two different versions of it, right? You can do it with the stone bowl or without the stone bowl. So like typically in Korea, you would do like the not stone bowl for like children so they don't burn
Right.
themselves.
Right.
I have burned my arm many a time on the side of the bowl because I was just being too impatient. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess some people prefer the not hot stone bowl, but
I'm
that's
the
crazy
type of
to me.
person that like when they give you a griddle and they say this is hot, like I'm the
You
type of
don't touch
person
it, right? Or do
that
you touch it?
I end up touching it. Like don't touch this. This is hot. And then like I'll go to like adjust my dish and be like, "What the fuck?" I'm so surprised at this moment that is happening to me. And
The
why are
steam
you
is literally still
surprised?
coming off of it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there was one time where the it was a skillet and the little padding of the skillet came off and
oh my
I
gosh.
went to go put it back on and I burned my hand on the skillet and I was like I can't even touch a microwave, bro. Like
Oh no. Yeah,
this
it's
is not
everything
good.
is dangerous.
It was so much. Okay, so we've got this one. Give me another dish.
We call it kimchi jjigae. Essentially, it's kimchi stew. I would probably say like kimchi is like probably the number one most recognized dish in Korea. It's like a side dish that we have.
Mhm.
Essentially, if you're familiar with like sauerkraut,
Okay.
it's like a very spicy sauerkraut. Like that's the easiest way I can describe it. Not everybody likes it. Like I like mine super, super like leave it in the fridge, forget about it, and come back to it a year later fermented.
Okay.
And like my dad, for instance, loves it like made same day fresh. Like
Okay.
I hate it when it's fresh. So you can actually take like for the super fermented kimchi and like throw it into a soup, and there's like a way to prepare it and stuff. But
Oh.
um, like the most fermented kimchi makes the best kimchi stew, and that's like if I need comfort food, like a lot of Americans, for instance, eat like macaroni and cheese or like chicken noodle soup or have like a grilled cheese and tomato soup, right? Like if I'm looking for comfort food, I get my ass to the nearest Korean restaurant, and it's Korean stew with white rice and then like all the side dishes.
How did you just out me just now with the mac and cheese and the grilled cheese with tomato soup? I feel like you
I
just
mean,
saw right through me.
see, I'm the same way though because it's like if I'm having a bad day and you see me eating either grilled cheese and tomato soup or like you see me at a Korean restaurant like going down with some Korean stew like that, I've had a bad day.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, Now what is the weirdest thing you think you've eaten?
Oh, for Christ's sake! So I had a rule in life, and this is a point of contention in my chat,
Okay.
right? So this is going to be a very expanded answer for you. Um, I don't like to call myself a picky eater, but the things that I do not like, I am very, very, very particular about, which is crazy. Like, um, first and foremost, right? Like, I've always been the type to want to try everything at least once. I don't want to pass judgment off of something that might look kind of gross. Like, I've had plenty of like really gross looking stuff that actually turned out to be super delicious if it was made correctly. But there are a couple things. So, like, the weirdest thing I've probably eaten so far. I like organs, which is kind of weird because I kind of feel like that's like a love hate type deal.
Hmm.
Um, Anticuchos in Peruvian cuisine, it's like roasted chicken hearts.
Okay.
Delicious. Absolutely fucking delicious. I've had beef hearts also, and then there's a lot of like Asian dishes, especially like in South Asia, where they, like pho, for instance, or other Thai dishes as well. Like they'll use a lot of tripe, and I like the texture in a lot of those dishes, like especially with noodles and stuff. So I usually get a weird like eyebrow raise when I say that, but I like tripe. Um, and then there's like the shit that I don't like, which is like I'll put like a pound of tripe in my mouth and gross everybody out, but like I can't stand peanut butter. I absolutely fucking hate peanut butter. I keep trying it every year. I don't like it. Like I don't like. I don't have a good time with it. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Texture or taste?
Yes, all the above.
Okay.
Texture, taste, color. Like how are people eating spoonfuls of this? I don't understand.
Ask my husband. He's addicted.
Oh my god, I just don't get it. So people are like, I don't know. It's always a point of contention whenever that comes out in conversation, and I'm just like, one, I wasn't raised with that. Like
Right.
when you're being raised in Korea, like before I came over to the States, I didn't have like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. My mom literally made Korean food every single day. If I went out to school, it was a bologna and cheese sandwich. Like it was literally like Oscar Mayer bologna and a slice of Kraft American single. We never had peanut butter in my household. Like I just wasn't raised with it. So
Right.
like I think my first time with the peanut butter was like in middle school when I traded with somebody like a sandwich.
Right.
And
Right.
it stuck to the roof of my mouth and I was just like, oh, how am I supposed to swallow this? Like it was a terrible time. Um, so yeah, so peanut butter and olives I think are probably two of my biggest hates food wise. Um, but yeah, I will eat a pound of tripe or
Now,
blood sausage
green
or anything.
olives, black olives, all olives.
All olives. I
Okay.
I do not discriminate.
Okay. Okay. um. Okay. So yeah, my number one thing that I don't like is actually ketchup.
Okay, you know what? I've met a lot of people that like they'll eat tomatoes if they won't touch ketchup, or the other way around.
I also
Weird.
won't really eat tomatoes
Okay, that's
unless
fair.
it's in bruschetta. Then I will
Okay.
eat it. Little tiny tomatoes. But yeah, ultimately everybody knows that I just don't like ketchup, and they
Is it taste and texture also?
it's both. If I could have honey mustard or even Chick-fil-A sauce, like I'll put it on
I
anything.
mean, Chick-fil-A sauce is pretty damn good on
I
everything.
put it on my hot dogs. I put it on my crackers when I put it on my cheese. I have
Hmm.
bottles of Chick-fil-A sauce in my fridge and I just use it for everything.
Oh my gosh, so good. I remember when they started selling the bottles of the sauce at the stores, and it was just like, why hasn't this happened yet?
Right.
Like, why is this happening so late?
And then they also have their Polynesian sauce, which I like, but not as much as the Chick-fil-A sauce. Um okay, so that covers foods. Okay, let's talk about dogs.
Yeah,
So I don't even think Golden Doodles will be on. Oh, it is. There you go.
they are my favorite. I love them so much. I know they're a boutique brand and or designer dogs, whatever the fuck we're calling them nowadays, and they're
Mm-hmm.
not cheap, whatever. But like, I've never had a bad experience with one. Not that like I don't have bad experiences with dogs in general, but like I don't know, they just make me smile.
They're
And they're so
cute,
smart. They are so cute.
but they shed a lot. Most dogs
There's
do.
there's ones that are like hypoallergenic and like they don't shed as much. I think it just depends.
Okay. Heathy feather tail, cream colored. Okay. Oh, these are cute. Apricot, golden doodle, cream doodle, doodle brown, and then a black. This one
And they
seems
get to
cute.
be a good size too. Like
This reminds me of Galvis's old dog, Leela. I don't know
oh,
what I almost said brand. What breed? What brand of dog do you like? Um, but yeah, yeah, they are definitely cute. Now, would you would own one, or do you like to own dogs, or?
I would love to. So I finally just got my own space.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I just moved to my own apartment. couple weeks ago. And if I wasn't traveling so much for work, like I'm literally gone 4 out of 5 weeks for work.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I would literally never have time with the puppy right now, which
Mm.
sucks. But if it ever were to change, now that I have my own spot, absolutely, like a dog's gonna be in my near future at some
Aw.
point.
How do
Yeah.
you feel about cats?
I mean, so I was actually when I was younger, I was allergic to most cats. Now I don't think it's all types of cats. I don't know exactly if it's standard or what, but like some cats I'm okay with, some cats I'm not. I don't mind cats, but I also like I one of my exes had a cat that we both kind of raised. Um and I mean what they say about cats is like so true. Like they watch you pick up their shit and like they just treat you some kind of way, and I'm just like, can I do that in my own fucking household that I'm paying the rent for? I don't think I can. Like,
Right,
it's a
right.
pride thing. I don't care. But like, I don't think, no. Like, and then you're gonna act like I'm bothering you half the time. No, no, I'm good. Like, dogs aren't like that.
No, they're not. It's so funny because Galvos really wants a dog, and we already have 3 cats. And I don't think we could do it right now. But this would be
It's
a
a
definite.
hard, yeah.
This
It's
would be
hard to get a dog in
this
for.
would be a cute dog. This is small enough that it's cute. Um,
They're so smart too.
yeah, that's the other thing too. Um, our What about labradoodles? Those are the ones I've heard of. Not golden
Labradoodles,
doodles.
yeah. So one's with a golden retriever, one's with a Labrador. So I'm pretty sure they're pretty similar in size and looks.
Wow, this is weird though. They're weird looking.
Yeah,
That is that is a
you can
shaggy
see their
dog.
eyes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and different small labradoodle. Like this
Oh
would
my
be a type.
god.
This would be the type that I would
Yep.
get. That size, not this size.
The mini horse
Yeah,
variety.
pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
Like this one takes up the entire doorway. Like
It's crazy. I have a friend that I used to work with that has like 3 Great Danes, and I'm just like, do they have their own house? Like, where are they sleeping? Like,
right.
it's insane how big some dogs get.
They'll sleep in the bed with us.
Yeah,
Why?
it's fair. Like, no, you won't have a bed.
Right. Your bed is the dog. um okay. So dogs, love all dogs, but especially golden doodles. So if you were to get a non-golden doodle, if you were to get like a run-of-the-mill dog, what would be your dog o choice?
So I would just go to the shelter and ask which dog has been there the longest. That's
Aww.
most likely what I'll be doing anyway. I mean,
Aww.
especially love golden doodles. Like, it's a sad time at the shelter, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh, that's so sweet of
that's the
you.
plan. Yeah.
That's precious. And then you'll be able to, if you're able to get it as a service dog or not a service
Hmm.
dog, a therapy dog,
Yep.
then you could take it with you on all
Yeah.
your excursions.
Totally.
But that's also weird. But they at the airports they have a lot of service dog areas,
Yeah,
which is
they do.
crazy. Like
Yeah,
this is
DFW
brand new.
has a ton of them.
Yeah, I was crazy to see that. I was like, wow, that really must be an
I'm glad they
uptick.
leaned into it though, because honestly, like, there's so many people that could probably use emotional support animals, like
Mm-hmm.
that actually need it and aren't getting that right now. And it's like, I wish it would speed up. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
world just catching up with having animals everywhere. It's like,
Mm-hmm. Okay, so do. So you don't mind flying, but you prefer to drive. Where, if you had to drive anywhere, where would you drive to?
I love road trips. Honestly, I want to do Pacific Coast Highway. That's on my list. I also want to do like the entire stretch of I-10, from Long Beach all the way to Savannah. Like
Mm-hmm.
that would be amazing. And then I kind of already did like a modified straight up 95 on the East Coast, but to go like from like Portland, Maine all the way down to the Keys would be pretty phenomenal for like a solid trip. So
Yeah,
like I just want to border the entire outside of the United States and then eventually get over to Europe is my plan.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
95. I've done. most of, because that's basically the turnpike,
Yep.
the New Jersey Turnpike. Oh man, I lost my hair
Did you
tie.
hear about what happened in 95 in Philly?
No.
Oh my God. So there was a tanker truck that I guess crashed into a semi and literally took out like an entire overpass. Like, and it's going to be months till they fix it.
When did this happen?
Sunday.
Oh, okay. Because on I don't know if it was 95 when I was there in May. A semi hit a car, hit a semi,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
was smushed, and it was causing all this traffic going into Jersey over the
Oh my gosh.
bridge.
Yeah, it's 95 is so bad up there. Like, so our work headquarters is just outside of Philly, and every time I rent a car, I'm just like, I literally don't want to be anywhere near
Driving in
95.
Philly is insane.
Sucks.
Driving in Philly is
Sucks.
literally insane.
Yeah. Yep.
I drove from Orlando all the way to Los Angeles. That's
Oh, my-
crazy.
by yourself?
Yeah, was that by yourself? Orlando all the way to Los Angeles. It's so funny
Oh
because
my
all I
god.
could think about is Ticket to Ride. I don't know if you know that board game.
I've heard of it.
It's really great, and they have the map of the U.S. and they have no with my boyfriend, with my then
Gotcha.
boyfriend. Um, okay, so it's a game that's very similar to what you're talking about,
Hmm.
and it's let me see
Yep,
the
I've seen that. I've seen the cover of it.
this. So
Oh
it has
wow.
the U.S. and you have trains, and you're secretly trying to get from point A to point B.
Okay.
And there's one
So
that
without
goes
telling your okay, so like everyone's trying to cut you off basically.
right, exactly. And so you're
Hmm.
trying to get whatever is on your card, but nobody knows what's on your card. And so it's a great game. It's one of those things that you could take out and play with kids.
Awesome. Okay.
So but yeah, that reminds me of that because you guys are talking about like these specific highways, and I'm like, that
Hmm.
reminds me of the train game. So, what's it called? I feel like most of the time was drive through Texas. That state is huge to cross.
16 hours across from El Paso to Louisiana.
That's insane.
It's so stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's only 7 hours to get from point A to point B in Pennsylvania.
Oh wow.
Because I've driven 20
And
hours
Pennsylvania
from.
is such a gorgeous state to cross too.
Yeah, but
So
it's a
pretty.
turnpike the whole way, so you're
Yeah,
not
it
really
is.
seeing much.
Well, I so the time that we went through Philly, this was a long time ago, but we went through like right when the leaves were changing, and it was a pretty time to be there.
Yeah, Pennsylvania is really gorgeous as far as itself, but the turnpike that was on it going, because again, I've driven 20 hours from Kansas City to New
Mm,
Jersey.
mm-mm.
Going through Pennsylvania was the hardest.
Yeah,
7 straight hours, one turnpike, stuck on it. If you want to leave, you have to wait for certain rest stops, and
yeah.
too much.
It's a lot. Yeah, you have to actually plan to be on it.
Right, and you have to plan, like, okay, the next rest stop is 36 miles, and I'm going through a mountain now under a tunnel. Like,
Hmm.
just please. And it's like, no explosives. And I'm like, was I not? Did I leave? I left those at home. I don't know.
Is there one in my trunk? Like, what is
Right,
going?
right.
I literally feel like that every time I get to like to TSA in the airport. Like, do I have a gun on me? I don't even own a gun. Like,
Right,
right? But
right.
it's like, is there a gun in my carry-on right now that I don't know about? Like, oh,
Do
it's
you
the
have
worst.
TSA pre check?
No, this is like the 17th time I put off getting it. Like, I should, right? Because like, so I traveled to 5 different territories for work,
Hmm.
and two of them out of the five I'm most likely going to be flying to. So it's like I need to just take the time and do it. But I think there's like a fingerprinting thing and all this other stuff. So it's like I
It's,
just haven't done it yet.
yeah, it's $80. You can usually do it at the airport services, like not inside the airport, but at the airport services. It was
Hmm.
$80 when I did it. Last 5 years. And then when you just want to renew it, you just pay it to renew it.
Gotcha.
You don't have to go anywhere to do it. And yeah, I mean, I have my laptop, my iPad, my phone, all of it's in my backpack, and I just push it on through. I don't take my shoes off. I don't take my like if I'm on a light sweater, I don't have to take that
Hmm.
off, and I just walk on through, going past everyone else, and bye.
Yeah,
Especially in Newark.
I need to do that. Oh, yeah, especially up there. Yeah, I can only imagine how bad it is. Jesus.
um, okay, so let's see. Let's talk about wearing pants. So I have this exact feeling. I
Yep.
like to Donald Duck it.
Yep.
Um, what is it about pants that you hate?
So it's okay. It's really funny. You actually caught me on a day. It's probably the first time in a month that I've worn pants. I'm gonna be really honest.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to wear jeans to work today because I wanted to wear my Golden Girls shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I'm in pants today, and it's really annoying. Usually, like the minute I hit the door when I come home, like they're off and I'm gaming and whatever.
Right.
It's just I don't know. Like I'd rather have I have like an entire collection of dresses with pockets, right? So like, do I ever really need pants? Plus, I don't like being hot. I live in a hot climate. I don't know. I've lived in the South for like almost 30 years now. I'm supposed to like hot weather. I don't.
Right.
And I just feel like, if you don't have pants on or anything to restrict you from the waist down, then like it's just gonna be a better day.
Yeah, yeah, especially with dresses. Like even the I'm wearing a dress right now,
Yeah.
and no way, it doesn't have pockets, but
You don't have to match your outfits in the morning, right?
mm-hmm.
Like if you're wearing a two piece or whatever.
Right.
And then like hopefully you have pockets, but if you don't, you can what I have my purse, it's fine.
Right.
But yeah, and then like, just it's just easier to get through your day.
Yeah, it's my what I call it's my three-piece suit, which is dress, yeah, dress, bra, and spankies.
Yeah, there you
It's my
go. That's
three-piece
it.
suit. That's all I need.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so have you always? I mean, you've always been this way, where you're
I think it's also like you. I don't know if it's just me. I'll say it's just me for now. Maybe others can relate. Like I think as you get older, you just like not lazy, but like I don't really care so much about fashion at this point.
mm-hmm.
So like it's a lot easier one for me to pack for work trips if I'm just throwing in four dresses rather than eight different pieces for different outfits and stuff. But like also it's so much quicker to get ready in the morning too, which
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys. I love to sleep in as much as I can until I absolutely have to be up.
Yep.
So if I just have a dress and I'm grabbing it and out the door, that's literally less than 5 minutes of having to get ready. So
Yeah. I think that trying to do less
plus
is
it's less laundry too.
right. 100%. Um. So I mean, you wear dresses. Are you into shorts, or like you really just don't want any
Um,
pants?
so I don't mind shorts. My thunder thighs don't appreciate shorts right now, so I don't really want to invest that type of money into something that's probably going to split.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't mind shorts, but I think until I lose weight, I probably won't be going back to them anytime soon.
That's fair. Pants are the devil.
Yeah, pants are the devil.
Infos are welcome on in. Um. Okay. So let me look at your list here. You were talking about travel. So you said you don't mind flying, but usually prefer to drive. You haven't seen nearly enough, but you're Pacific Coast Highway and all of Europe. So tell
Hmm.
me about Europe.
So okay, so the really really sad story, I guess, is I've had my passport since 2014, right? I got my passport in 2014 because my best friend and I was moving her across country to Seattle, and then she moved from Seattle to Nashville, and then we were like talking about when she graduated nursing school, we were going to go take a cruise. So I was like, let me go ahead and get my passport done. We're doing a lot of traveling back then. So we got our passports, and then we took our cruise in 2015, and then I was like, oh, I have like another 9 years to put some stamps on. I don't know what happened. I ended up not going anywhere. Well, then COVID happened, but like, there's been plenty of not COVID time where I could have probably went across, the ocean, and I just haven't done it. So like
Right.
now it's just like I need to do it in the next 10 years. So the plan now is hopefully get my passport renewed next year because
Mm-hmm.
it's going to expire I think next June. Funny thing is, I literally have not found my passport since I moved a couple weeks ago. I don't know which box it's in. I haven't even seen like the envelope that I carried it in. I'm like, probably cause for concern, but it's gonna expire soon anyway, so who
Right.
knows?
Right.
Um, but yeah, Europe, like, I don't know, it's just magical to me. Like, I majored in history with like um the European side in World War II. Like that was my concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of my like college studies were based on certain European countries and stuff. And just to be able to like go over there, see everything in person, like see actual living history in front of you, like I don't know, I nerd out about that shit. And
Would
the
you
fact that
be?
like
Go ahead.
God, no God,
It's your show. You keep going.
I don't know. It's just it's crazy to me that like when you think of the size of America, right, and then like you kind of like superimpose Europe on top of that, like it's so much easier to fucking travel over there than it is here. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I
Like
mean that makes sense.
so it's just I don't know. I could definitely make a trip of it.
So with that, because I mean I've never been over to Europe. Would you
Right.
do the touristy stuff, or would you be like off the beaten path?
I would probably do a little bit of both. And I'm going to be real honest. I plan every single trip. Like the basis is going to be food and where I'm staying.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if I can fit some touristy shit in and get maybe like a picture if I remember, great. Am I more about experiences? I'm kind of like split in the middle, 50-50. I want to see stuff and I want to do stuff.
Right. And so, where would you start? Like, where in Europe would you start? What country?
Um, that's always the hardest thing because it's like, I mean, once you get over there, everything is cool. I guess like the most traditional way to do it is to land in London and then take all the trains from country to country and just like go that route.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd probably start in the UK and then work my way down, through. Um, I would love to do like a Mediterranean crawl and then like come back up through Eastern Europe. I think that
Okay.
would be like the most badass trip, I think.
Okay, that's perfect. That's what I was looking for. So you'd
There it
go
is.
to UK
Yep.
and then down to.
Like, I mean, you could probably just like go through the Netherlands and then go straight down until you hit Portugal and Spain and then kind of cross back up through the Mediterranean,
Yeah, yeah.
just do a big circle.
And now, Kit Kat wants to go to Italy.
Italy would be fantastic. I would be so spoiled on food there, though. Like,
Oh yeah.
you would never have Italian once you come back, I feel like.
Oh,
Or
one
it just
hundred
never would,
percent.
it just wouldn't be the same anyway.
Yep. 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 I mean, it's weird though because like I'm Italian. I know I don't look it, but like I'm very Italian. I'm
Yeah.
mostly Italian. And my grandparents came over on the boat, and Naples, I believe, is where they were. And so the cooking, like my family owned a restaurant in New Jersey. Let's put it that way. So the cooking I'm used to is very Italian. Now,
Right, right.
unfortunately, my dad has passed and so on and so on, so we've kind of lost that cooking. But I would know if I went into Italy and I'd be like, this better be fucking good.
Right, right.
This better be
Absolutely.
like grandma
You
made.
have that level of standard now, and you can't forget about it. Like, everything's going to be compared there now.
Absolutely. So
Yep.
now, would you ever go? You came over from where?
So I was born and raised in Korea for the
Okay.
first 5 years of my life.
Okay.
And then my dad I think the story was he came back to finish school, so we ended up in Missouri for a few months. And he was still in the military back then, so we pretty much did our entire tour of East Coast and Midwest America.
Do you know if it was at the Whiteman Air Force Base? Was he at Air Force?
He was at Leavenworth, I believe.
Leavenworth. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. It's
Hmm.
right by me, so that's why I was asking.
Nice,
Uh,
yeah.
so go on.
So he actually, I think he probably would have stayed in a lot longer, but when I turned 15, this was in like 2000. His next orders were to go to Germany, and I was a sophomore in high school at that point,
Hmm.
and he was like, "No, my daughter's gonna finish school in America." And here's the thing: like, he never had a discussion with his family about it. He just made that decision on his own, and he's like, I'm gonna retire in Tampa." And I was like, "I would have loved to go to Germany.
Germany.
Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like we're literally moving and changing schools every 2 fucking years. Like, who cares?
Right.
Like,
Right.
so I will always hold that against him as long as I live. Like, I'm not a grudge type person, but
Right.
like, Jesus Christ, but I also, I mean, at the same time, I think he was just done with
Right.
getting orders, every 2 years. So, Um, so yeah, I feel like my life would have been obviously very very different had I ended up in Germany at the age of 15. But
Right.
I can at least like make it my own now and hopefully end up over there at some point. But
Now, how does that work where if you're born and raised in Korea, how does that work with citizenship?
so I became a naturalized citizen of America, I believe, shortly after I turned 5. So essentially, my parents went through the whole process. I'm also adopted, so like there's just a whole bunch of weird paperwork
Right.
in place of a birth certificate. Like all I have is like my naturalization papers and like the hospital paperwork from where they
Right.
found me.
Right.
So, but yeah, I believe my mom and I were both nationalized at the same time
Okay.
for America, and then I think that effectively got rid of my Korean citizenship, if I'm not mistaken. I think
Okay.
that's how it works because
Yeah.
I don't have dual citizenship. So
Okay. Okay. Now, would
yeah,
would you have liked to have grown up in Korea, or do you think?
um, I think so. It's weird to me because I still remember like the times that we weren't on the military base, like we were in like Korea, and it's not like what it was like in the late 80s is not what it is what you see now on TV.
Right.
Obviously there wasn't a lot of technology. I remember like my mom holding me over my grandma's like outhouse hole like
Right.
as a baby, and like I'd be swaddled against their back, like everyone's hunched over carrying kids around and stuff, and like I mean, there was like no electricity, there was no plumbing there. Like she lived in like a little fishing village, and like now all you see it's like I think it's like a cruise ship area,
Oh, okay.
so it's very different now. So I remember like but backwoods like traditional Korea and shit like that, which is a really weird way to describe it.
Yeah.
But I think like my biggest regret, if I had to have a regret regarding like the Korean side of me, it's like I didn't appreciate when my mom cooking every single day, because when you're a kid, you're like, I just want what everyone else is having when I go to school,
Right.
right? Like I can't bring kimchi stew into class. It's just it's gonna be a problem, right? It
Right.
stinks. So I kind of grew up like resenting how much Korean food I ate, and now I absolutely embrace it.
Yay.
But also because of that, like because I was going to American schools, because I was pretty much effectively raised in a lot of American military bases, like there wasn't a lot of room to learn Korean, and I think that was that. I think my mom kind of resents that too, because that's the one thing that she wanted to teach me, like how to speak Korean, like what Korean mannerisms are.
Right.
Like she wanted me to hold on to that piece, and I like completely just disregarded it because like I already knew we were moving to America. I lived on a military base when I was younger, so it's like
Right.
I didn't make room for the Korean side of me, which is always kind of weird to me. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, wow. Okay. So, I didn't realize how small Korea was.
it's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on this little map, and it's just like,
You got Russia and China there stealing all the thunder,
yeah,
you
for
know?
real.
Yeah.
Oof.
And actually, that space is split between North Korea and South Korea too. So South Korea itself is even smaller than
Oh my god.
that.
Okay. Um. Okay. So, let's talk about Tuesdays.
Tuesdays, man. So it's funny because I've worked Monday through Friday now since I left restaurants. Yeah. So like I don't know, 2015 seems like it was a pivotal year for me, but that's pretty much when I transitioned to no more restaurant life. And like everyone has like a case of the Mondays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, it's Tuesday. It always has been, especially in HR. For some reason, Mondays are fucking chill. Like we just catch up with our emails from the weekend. We maybe I like have my one on one at the end of the day on Monday. It's just whatever. Like nobody really talks to me that much. Tuesdays are the days you have to look out for. I don't know what the fuck it is, especially like with me in HR. Like everybody waits till Tuesday for some reason. I don't know what I don't know. Like, and it's throughout different companies that I've worked with. Like, it's a constant thing. I don't know how to explain it, but my God, Tuesdays fucking suck. Can't explain it.
Damn. Okay.
Mhm.
So, especially Sunday's the first day of the week, so Tuesday's the third day of the week. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out where Tuesday came from, and it looks like Greek.
Tuesday's considered an unlucky day. There you go. Done.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. See, I'm fucking on to something here. Like, Tuesdays are just terrible. I don't know why. The color associated with Tuesday's pink, and that's pretty interesting.
That's
Huh.
funny. That's funny. Yeah. And Tuesday was the earliest day of the week in which practical for polling in the 19th century. Okay. And video games are commonly released on Tuesdays in the United States.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Tuesdays and Fridays, I think, right? So,
Yeah. But it has changed globally to Fridays in 2015.
ah,
All right. So name days: Black Tuesday, stock market
stock
crash;
market. Yep.
Easter Tuesday; Patch Tuesday, where Microsoft releases patches for their product. I love that that's a name day.
That's amazing.
Shrove Tuesday,
Fat
also called
Tuesday.
Mardi Gras;
Hmm.
Super Tuesday, presidential elections; and Tuesday, the name given to Tuesday, February 22nd of 2022, an unofficial one-time secular observation held on that day. Why is that a named day? Why was that even in there?
I don't know.
Oh, and Tuesday is aligned by the planet Mars and the astrological signs of Aries and
Maybe
Scorpio.
that's why it's extra aggressive. That makes sense. I get it. And you know what? It's really annoying because, like, I understand how annoying like astrology people can be, but like I buy into it a lot more than I probably should.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm like, I mean, obviously, like my birthday's on Friday. I'm a hardcore Gemini, like through and through, which is probably a terrible thing for most people. But like, like I don't know, is Mercury in retrograde? Probably. Like that's why people are acting out. Like it's terrible that actually like that's a legitimate excuse to me, right?
So you said you were
Terrible.
born a Gemini, or because it was a Friday you're a
I was
Gemini?
born in Gemini. I was actually born on a Sunday,
Okay.
um, supposedly.
Right.
So, but yeah, no, I don't know. Tuesdays are the bane of my existence. They always have been, work wise. Anyway.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Mercury was just in retrograde.
Was it? Figures.
um. Okay, so tell me about what it's like to be a Gemini. You said you. This looks like a
Um,
penis. Tell me that's not a
it does look like a
penis.
penis. It's supposed to be the Roman numeral 2, but okay, yeah, I guess it's penis. That makes a lot more sense, actually. I get it. Hello. Um, so I don't know. Gemini's, I think, they typically get a bad rap because we're supposedly known as being two-faced, manipulative, flighty, wishy-washy, not ever making decisions, stuff like that. And it's just like I could, I don't know, like, am I smart? Yeah. Am I willing to like do whatever I can to get my way? No. Like, I'm not that confident, right? But at the same time, like, I even saw a meme the other day. And it was like, "Have you survived your relationship with a Gemini female?" And it's like, oof, like that one kind of hurts.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
But but we're also like really smart and like I don't know, very social and I'm at the age now I think where my day starts off really social and then like by a certain time I can feel my battery just drain. But I've always been more on the social side I think until recently. So
Let's see. So, fine, Gemini. Okay, here we go. Astrology Gemini. Um, I don't care about that. That's it? That's all you're gonna give me?
that's it.
NASA named its two-person space capsule Project Gemini after the zodiac sign because the spacecraft could carry two astronauts. That's what we get. And
Yep,
so,
that's it.
May 21st and June 21st.
Yep.
Okay. And today's your birthday?
No, Friday is.
Friday. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I remember something said about a birthday. Okay. Cool. What are you going to do for your birthday?
12-hour stream. That's it.
12-hour stream? So torture is the form of your birthday. Is that
Torture. That
is it
here
all
for the
Dead
people.
by Daylight? Or are you gonna have Minecraft, or what are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. I haven't. So it was supposed to be a 12-hour subathon. I have zero. Well, no, I take it back. I have like one sub goal written down. We're just gonna keep it casual,
Okay,
honestly. Whatever everybody wants to see. Like I'll probably throw up a couple polls throughout the day, and we'll just go with that. So
nice. June
yeah,
1st here, says Kit Kat. So we've got a fellow
a
Gemini.
fellow Gemini. Yeah,
We got to get birthday crowns on Fall Guys.
right. We could get birthday crowns. Actually, that's a really good idea. I love it.
I don't know what that means.
You haven't played Fall Guys?
No.
Oh, it's a great game. It's a good party game. Like if you're looking for a multiplayer night, and it's cross platform. So.
Okay. All right. Is it as sweaty as Among Us?
I wouldn't say it's sweaty because like it's one of the few games where like it's highly competitive, but like you're laughing if you fail.
Okay.
So and there's a lot of cosmetics and stuff too.
Okay. I'm a scrubby little Aries, says Chaotic Nemi.
Mm. I have an ex that was an Aries, and he tends to hang around.
And I am an almighty Taurus. Rawr. I don't know. I buy into it a little bit, but the strong headedness and all that stuff, but all at the same time. Now, when they change the astrological,
When they added the extra sign,
I guess they added an extra sign, but I also think that
yeah,
they moved it, right? Because
supposedly, yeah.
right. I still was a Taurus. Everybody's signs got moved, but I
I
still was
think
a Taurus.
mine. I want to say mine moved, and I was a Cancer, and I was like, I mean, I cry a lot, but I don't know if that's really me at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, I remained a Taurus. I was like, well, this is weird. I
Yeah.
guess I guess this is me for life. Let's talk about seagulls.
Oh my god, they're assholes.
I hate seagulls.
The rats with wings.
They
Like,
are.
so growing up in Florida for 25 years, it's funny because like the dynamic there. I'm not a fan of the beach. Saw it enough when I lived there, but it's like not my go-to place. And I think seagulls were probably a big part of why they're just dicks. Like you literally, it's really hard to have a picnic lunch outside if you live in the state of Florida. You like if you're just going outside to sit on a fucking patio and you just want to have lunch, it's just not a good idea because all of your shit's gonna be stolen by a bird. If you just got a car wash and you're going back home and it's a great day outside, literally within the first 20 minutes, a seagull's gonna shit on your fucking car. It's guaranteed. So.
There's a story where once I was really little and my mom was trying to find something in my baby bag, and so she had the sandwich up here
Oh no,
because she was digging, and the seagull took it right out of her hand.
no,
Yeah, and so at that point
dive
she was
bomb.
like, "I hate seagulls."
They're vicious, they're mean, and they're very persistent.
Yeah, they're almost like the sea vultures,
Yeah, yeah,
for sure, for sure.
absolutely. Forever stealing shit that's not theirs. Yeah.
Exactly. Um, okay, so then let's talk about spiders. I'm going through
Oh my god.
your hates right now.
Yep.
Tell me
I mean, I
about
can't even look at that
spiders.
picture. So,
Scrolling. I
just
scrolled.
absolutely terrified of them. I don't. Was there anything that specifically happened? No, I just have an innate fear of spiders. Arachnophobia was one of the first movies I couldn't finish as a
Mm-hmm.
child. Also, I was way too young to be watching it when I did, but I did.
Right.
Um, just too many legs, and some of them jump, and some of them eat things that are like 10 times the size of their own selves. It's just I'm good. I'm good. Like
Good on this
and
spider.
I don't know if you've seen that fact where it was like the average human eats like 4 to 8 spiders in their lifetime. And I'm like, you can fuck off. Like, I'm above average probably. Like, and that's something you don't want to be above average in. And
Right,
like,
right.
I mean, I don't want to know what happens when I'm sleeping. I'm good. But like, I also know when I wake up sometimes, my mouth is completely open.
Right.
So it's like, what didn't I eat? I don't know. So that terrifies me. And then like I think somebody just said on train the other day because the point is finally just got brought up again, and they're like, I'll think about how many like lay eggs in your ears at night, and I'm like, God, fuck! Like I haven't thought about that in so long, and now it's just like, you know. And then there's that other fun fact I'm
Right.
sure you've heard that you're never less than 6 feet from a spider,
Right.
whether you know it or not. Go fuck yourself. Like I'm good. I'm good. Like all these facts that I didn't need to know, like I'm so much worse off now knowing them.
That's so funny though. Oh my god. Yeah, those facts suck dick.
Oh my god, things I wish I'd never heard. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, for real. Now, are you the type that like if you see a spider in your apartment, it's like world ends for you and you have to
Yes.
figure out how to burn you that kill it with
It's that
fire
spider's
game?
apartment now. So, fun fact, right? This is the first time in 20 years that I've lived alone
Okay.
without roommates. So, like, roommates are great because one, you're saving money on bills as
Mhm.
long as they're responsible. And two, like, you're never alone, right? So, in case a spider emergency comes up, you're gonna want to live with somebody that's okay with taking care of that issue.
Right.
So that was like one of my biggest things about like living with roommates. Like at least there was always that added protection. So now I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I am terrified. As much as I love living alone, like my first encounter with anything with more than two legs is gonna be a fucking issue.
There was a wasp in or hornet in my house
Oh,
yesterday and I
mm-mm,
couldn't get life done. And my
mm-mm.
cats would just stare at it. I'm like, "This is your job."
And that's the other thing too. Cats are fucking assholes about that kind of shit. You know what? Just get yourself a chameleon or something. Like what the cats are ass. They'll just sit there and bat it around, not
Right.
killing it,
Right.
or they'll like do something and make the thing jump up on you. Like
Yep.
I fuck yeah.
All right, close your eyes. I got to scroll up. All right, and then the last thing we're going to talk about, and I guess you probably don't want to look at it either. So,
Is it
here we
roaches on
go.
my list?
It's a cockroach.
Yeah. So it's
I'll scroll
so
down. I'll scroll down. Go ahead.
I think all of the deep south, right? Like Louisiana and Florida especially. It's not just the roaches that you have to worry about. In fact, the roaches are a lot smaller than these other things called palmetto bugs.
Okay.
They are these fucking like they're probably 5 times the size of an average German cockroach, right? So a lot fucking bigger. You can see a lot more detail on them. They have just as many legs, and oh, they can fly.
Damn.
They are terrifying. Like when you hear their wings, that's how big these motherfuckers are. Okay, so like they like to hang out in kitchens. They like to hang out in bathrooms. Like like weird, damp, cold places. Like you'll usually find them. They stink also,
Oh,
but
okay.
like they usually live in like palmetto trees. I think in palmetto groves and stuff like that. So like that's why they're in those fucking states. Literally the bane of my existence. Like it's one of the reasons why I won't move back to Florida ever. Like I'm good. I nope. Um, the one time that you need one of those flying in your face is like the one time that's it for you.
Kit Kat said they will scream and cry. They have
Oh
a
my god.
phobia of palmetto bugs.
Mm-mm. Nope. 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 No. I don't even like talking about it. Like just
Okay.
thinking about it. They are awful. 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 Awful.
Awful waffle.
Yep.
All right, so I guess the last thing we're going to talk about here, because we've gone through pretty much everything, is you said supporting my friends on Twitch with small businesses. So what
Yep.
did you mean by that?
So there's like there's I think as long as I've been doing Twitch, right? You either do it because it's a hobby or you do it because you're trying to monetize and you're trying to either get out of whatever job situation you're in to make this a full time thing or it's more than a hobby at that point,
Right.
right? So I don't know. I just like to I'm literally forever on Twitch. Like I can't remember the last time I actually like sat down to watch a TV show or anything on my own accord and not like be streaming or something. So if I'm not streaming on Twitch, I'm usually like watching other streamers and like I don't know, just like with some of them, it's kind of taken off and turned into a business, or more of a business end to it, you know. And I just like I don't know, I just like watch people grow on Twitch. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been on the platform since 2014. The first year I was on Twitch, like I didn't stream, I just like followed a bunch of channels and like just got to know it for what it is. And it's so funny because it's like I don't know if you've ever tried to explain what you do on Twitch to like older family members or older friends that have no idea what the fuck you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Mm-hmm.
But boy, is that really it's frustrating because they're just like, so people are just paying to watch you play a video game that they can go out and buy themselves. Yes, okay, yes. And
How do
some of them
you
aren't
know
even
if you
paying.
how do you know if you like the
How do
game if
you
you
know
don't
if you
watch
like
it?
the game? Exactly. Or like maybe it's a game that you would consider buying, but like you're not really sure. Or maybe it's a game that you'll never play, but you just want to see someone else play. It makes sense, okay? And it's like
And it comes down to the
I,
streamer too.
yeah, it's definitely about the streamer because hey, that what was it like? Just not even 3 years ago, we couldn't go anywhere, right? Like I was all over Twitch
Yeah.
during fucking COVID. I don't
Yeah.
know about you, but
No, 100%. And what's crazy is that Mixer had shut down, I think, in
it did.
2019,
Yep.
2018 or 2019, because that's where I started streaming.
Oh wow.
And so I came over to Twitch because I had to.
Yeah.
And so it was a completely different platform and all that stuff. And it's taken me four years now to get to 500 followers.
That's awesome though.
But I'm really proud of that. Now,
Absolutely, you should be.
yeah, and so, but I'm seeing people too who are like, who've been on the platform for like several months and they've already got 500, 600
Mhm.
followers, but I'm
Yep.
happy for them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a completely different dynamic to see people be like, "Well, I only have one person watching." Yeah, but you have one person watching. And even still, I'm playing this game because I want to play this fucking game. If people want to
Yeah.
watch, that's great, but if not, I still get to play this game. Like that's how I look at streaming. Like it's
I
not
because and that's what I try to explain to my parents. Like, I'm gonna be playing the game regardless,
right.
whatever game. So like, why not have a place to hang out and a place where other people can come, and if they're there to watch the game, cool. If they're there to talk to you as a streamer, cool. If you're suddenly friends, like some of the people I've met on Twitch, like are literally closer to me than like real life family,
Yep.
right? Like there's a
Community
core
is
group of friends that we
huge.
have going on here. Community is amazing, and I know like your community is just as tight, right? And it's
Mhm.
just like the conversations and like some of the people that I met on here, like at what point would that have happened in real life? You know, and
Right.
I know there's not a, I mean it's the same virtual. I don't know, whatever. I
Right.
like to kind of like disseminate between real life and Twitch sometimes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, it's funny because like some of these people I may never meet, but like I know to expect them whenever I go live, or I'll see them in other channels, and it's like it's just like you pick up where the conversation left off, and
right.
it's still I don't know, it's crazy how close I've come with some people on the platform.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's a sweet ending note unless you have something else that you wanted to bring up.
I am so glad we had this time together. Like I love watching these when you do them, so it was really cool to be a part of this one.
Yeah, I'm so glad to have you here. I think you're a dynamic person who is just like, you have 1,000 followers. Like, that's fucking incredible. I'm
I,
so proud of you.
it took me forever to get there, but I love everyone that's around right now. Like I think we're
Absolutely.
finally at a point in our community where it's like there's no drama. Everyone's like super chill, and it's we're growing on that. So that's
That's
awesome.
great. And thank you,
Yeah.
Kit Kat. I agree. This was great. So what we're going to do is we're going to real quick check out if anyone's on Twitch. And sometimes I just don't even rate. I don't even bother. But I think we're going to go over to Diablo because I need to finish my drops. So we're going to a community member called Captain Erock. He's an amazing human being. He's a part of
Nice.
my community. And he's definitely give him a follow. He may have 90 people in there right now, but I'm telling you right now, he was one of us not too long ago. So thank you guys for everything. Thank you so much for being on, and I will see you all later.
Thank you.